will go top of the PlayStation Global Series rankings by about 25 points, depending if Pinna97 is watching home in Argentina playing Weekend League this weekend.
I guarantee
he gets 27 wins.
I guarantee he will be.
You've got the likes of Joxan, Mo Alba. They'll be watching. They'll be seeing this man potentially go and win this game and go top of those rankings.
Every single player on that PlayStation side will be watching right now, seeing how their spot is affected by this game. The likes of the Stranger, Aga, Joxan.
Of course, we don't know already, it's Hasoo from left to right in that red strip, kicking it off like he means to go on. Had a timed finesse there in green. That was met by David De Gea. Just to give you a bit of context on how these guys got to this stage. As we have throughout the tournament, Stefano Pinna went 4-1 in Swiss-style format. Only tasted one defeat, and of course that was to the hands of FUT Marco, the Australian player there. And on the other side of that, Hasoo. He has not lost a game yet. Technically, 8-0 over the course of 16 games of FIFA, 16 legs of FIFA. That's what I want to say. Here we go, Hasoo again. Tested the keeper twice. This is exactly what we saw from Lost in the Waves in that last game.
Yeah, a couple of early finesse shots going his way, but no real accurate placement on him, just making contact. Comfortable saves for Stefano in the goal.
Wouldn't surprise me as well if Lost in the Waves come out of that game. Hasoo's gone and just pulled him aside quickly. Tell me how I can beat this man.
What's he do well? What's he do bad? What can I capitalise on? Where are the chinks in the Belgium armour, you could say?
If you didn't know already, Stefano Pinna, one of the best PlayStation players around. Normally known defensively, you know, just spoke to his coach as well then during that small break between this game and the last one. Just said we knew what Lost in the Waves could do. We knew that he played corners short. We knew the attacking play, the counter-attacking ability he had. And I wanted, if anything, to prove that Stefano can attack. He's known for his defensive play. I wanted Stefano to go out there and say, right, I can attack, I can score goals. And he went and won that game, 8-6.
And you can see the confidence right now that Hasoo's playing with. Just in that little play right there, he did a ball roll with Sergio Ramos in quite a risky position, got past his man. He did a ball roll in the middle of the field as well to get past his man. Looking for that one all
the way across to Cristiano Ronaldo. First chance of the game and just whiskers wide of the post for Stefano Pinna.
Yeah, whipped into that back post with the El Tornado. Ronaldo leaping high. And it looks like Ronaldo playing as a left attacking mid for Stefano Pinna. He knows that that back post cross is so effective right now in this current meta, you'd say, of the game.
On the other side of that, obviously we've got 3 Germans left in the competition. Obviously 2 of them over on the other console. One of them in this final now. If Stefano Pinna can stop a German overall champion, you've got to say this is the closest that German scene is going to come to potentially getting their name into that FUT Champions Cup. You may be saying I'm obsessed with this at the moment, but every event they have the most players there, and it has to be a time where they can go that one step further and get their name engraved into that trophy. But there'll be a Belgium in the way.
Not just any Belgium. Arguably the best player on the planet right now, not named Pinna97 FC, on the PlayStation side of things.
As we said, 4th in the Global Series rankings there. Both of these play obviously for football clubs as well. We see both of them involved in those partnered leagues taking place all over the world. You've got the virtual Bundesliga, of course, with Hasoo involved with his club. Then the Eredivisie, here we go. This is the chance for Hasoo now at the centre of the box. He's looking for a finesse. Which way is he going to go? Instead, just simplifies it to Messi of all the time in the world on that left foot. That left foot dreams that can cause so many problems for it.
Just shows the composure, the confidence that he's playing with right now, Hasoo. He's running around the box. He didn't touch sprint. He didn't touch R2 on the PS4 controller once, did the German. He kept moving from left to right. He played out, and then it opened up the gap. Just look at Messi. He's in acres of room. You could draw a circle around him, and he'd still have room there. And just finds that top left corner. Pinna predicting the near post finesse. Hasoo goes into the opposite corner. And the man representing Shanza Esports, Hasoo, coming into this game, ranked 148th on the Global Series rankings.
And of course, in partner, as you mentioned, that esports team of FC Ingolstadt. You said they play in the virtual Bundesliga as well. And I think the key thing for that was he was delaying a finesse around the edge of the box. We knew what he was technically looking for in Hasoo, but then he said, no, I'm going to play out wide and simplify that chance straight down the other end. Now Stefano Pinna, too much on that one.
Yeah, the goalkeeper moving left and right there as well. Never really looked comfortable, Hasoo.
Lovely ball out wide. Ramos will come forward now, ball roll. Playing it right back as well, that's the point out. Is Sergio Ramos, and maybe he can stop some of those back post crosses, I want to say, that we've seen a few times in the competition. Kante to Messi, he's already scored 1 goal in this game. Good to see him starting as well. Kante inside to R9, play it to Kante again, tried to, but could not find a way through.
Well, the main reason Messi is starting in the teams now over before he got that Team of the Year item, just a stamina upgrade. I'll tell you about that stamina upgrade after this attack has wrapped up. His best in-form item just didn't have the stamina to start the game. It was a 96 striker in form. I think he had 77 stamina, if memory serves me correctly. This Messi right now that you're seeing has had a 22 upgrade on stamina. He's maxed out at 99, and it just makes him, he's had the pace upgrade and the physical upgrade hugely, so it just makes him pretty much a really, probably the best right attacking mid, right-sided player. Cutting in on that left foot, he's got the finesse shot trait, he can bend it into the top corner.
He can actually kind of leap up as well, maybe not like to Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, but
you look at 98 heading accuracy, 94 jumping.
For a player that's, you get a smaller player, it's fantastic stats still to have. Added time here with 2 minutes to come, and I think we saw it last year as well, as we kind of went near the playoffs of last year's say global series, where we saw Messi involved so much. It was kind of the finesse around the edge of the box we're used to seeing from him. Last attack of the game will fall to Hasoo now. If he can take this, Kante back to goal. We nearly let the ball just kind of pivot round him, and we're going to go into half-time at 1-0 to the German in Hasoo.
Strong performance from Hasoo. He's controlling possession, something that you don't often see going against Stefano Pinna. He usually keeps that ball. We saw it against Lost in the Waves. I think he had 65% at half-time. Hasoo making a change. Neymar and believes that's Mbappe coming on. Cam and left attacking mid. So another pace upgrade and another attacking upgrade for him in that attacking third for the German.
Of course, it's great that we can see the formations and the changes that both players are making. You can kind of see the mindset, or kind of understand the mind of a pro player, of what they're looking for. They're trying to match their opponent up every single time. That's a mistake.
You weren't expecting it, Pinna, and he played the all way backwards.
Didn't expect the player to miss that one, did he? So he played backwards. Originally thinking he would had to, but he could actually probably play the through ball the other way if he had the time to do that. Messi, the goal scorer, the only goal in this game. Just to repeat this again, if you win this game, you go through to that big cross-console grand final. You're guaranteed at least $30,000. You're guaranteed at least $30,000. So even if you lose, you're guaranteed that, and you're guaranteed those all-important global series ranking points. 1,500 of them will slide onto your ranking position, and if you're lucky for Stefano, if he can win it, he'll be going top of that ranking.
Yeah, and even for Hasoo, if he wins this game, he'll be projected probably into the top 5.
Oh, amazing.
On that PlayStation rankings.
You know, we spoke about it last week, about the jumps from maybe 14th to 9th, 13th to 8th, you know, the likes of Andoni and FIFA Youth. And after this attack comes in, we'll talk about those rankings a little bit more. Hasoo there tried to play the one that's going to go all the way back, but that's going to be one of the biggest jumps we've seen. Hasoo, 148 in these rankings, up to potentially the top 10 if he goes and wins this.
Fantastic, fantastic. And it just shows the storylines that the addition of the points and the Global Series rankings have added in. This just simply wouldn't have been possible last year.
And also to the players that have still got the likes of the EA Champions League to play in. If you're a PlayStation player, I think it's an LQE left you can qualify for. That
and a FUT Champs Cup to qualify for.
If you can go and have a good tournament, you can still make the playoffs. You can still make the grand finals.
Lots of licensed leagues also.
There's opportunities everywhere to get these points. Just depends how hard you want to work for them. Kante, there's a finesse. Wow.
Tipped past the post. David De Gea sprinting up.
Just using his left hand there just to pass it across out for a corner. That was Hasoo again. He goes all the way across. It's a header as well. The German strikes again. He hasn't lost a game for a reason. He hasn't conceded a goal as well in his last 2 games up to date.
Rafael Varane leaping at the back post like a salmon. Fantastic leap from him. He gets up early. He gets above him.
It's above Rio
Like
Ferdinand there.
Prime Peter Crouch.
Back in his heyday. 6-0 Hasoo lost, in the last game against Tuga. Did not concede a goal. And in this first leg, touch wood for him, he won't be conceding 2. But this is similar. We saw this from Stefano in the first game. We saw a not really a good performance, a convincing performance.
But look at the minute. It wasn't this sort of time in the game. He'd scored by this point. He'd scored 2 goals by this point.
Neymar, there's the finesse. There's the lifeline. Maybe us talking about it, Richard, just somehow got him going again.
After that last performance as well, you can see on the stats on the side of your screen there, Hasoo only conceded 18 goals up to this point in the competition. I think that's less than Stefano Pinna now after Stefano's 6 goals he conceded in the last knockout game against Lost in the Waves.
It's a big goal, though, that for Pinna. A massive goal for him. In the complexion of these 2 games, it saves him knowing to chase a 2-0 deficit in game 2. But to be honest, knowing Stefano Pinna and what he's like, will probably go and equalise now and set us up for a perfect second leg. However, Hasoo, he kept a lot of possession in this game. He's created quite a few chances as well. He's pivot turned there with the ball with Cristiano Ronaldo was at his feet. Pivoted, kind of turn there to try and catch the keeper out at his near side. And
again, going for that near post, though. That's what he's done a few times as Hasoo. Maybe change it up next time. Go for that far post. Because Pinna is reading it every single time and moving his goalkeeper, watching that near post and defending it admirably.
And if you're a player in this game, are you thinking of that prize money? Are you thinking of those Global Series ranking points? Because that could be something that either one motivates you or could make you even more nervous.
Yeah, it could derail you completely. You can't think about other things right now. You can't be thinking about, have I checked into my flight going home, or what am I going to do with the prize money?
Oh no, this could be worse. This could be Hasoo with a chance, but you know, you hit the nail on the head there about this could be the biggest prize money that a FIFA esport or FIFA player is headed into yet in their competitive campaign. You know, Stefano won a hefty sum, of course, at the FIFA World Cup Grand Finals, and $40,000 there. This could be huge for Hasoo. Life-changing.
Yep, 100%. But before he even starts thinking about the money, he's got to get past Stefano Pinna.
Lovely ball. Oh, that was it.
He shanked it wide.
Stefano. What a chance that was. He's not going to get a better chance than that as well. Seeing a change here from Hasoo, 4-2-3-1. He is in there. You can see down on the bench there. Maradona, I think it's the first time I've seen him this weekend.
Yeah, Maradona on the bench, and Eusebio coming on as that right attacking mid for the last 12 minutes. Try and score another goal and extend that lead back to 2 goals. But Pinna there with a fantastic opportunity to get himself right back into this game. Squandered with Ronaldinho.
We mentioned as well, you know, coming into this tournament, 22 different nations were here. You know, one of the biggest kind of spread of nations at one of our FUT Champions Cups we've had. This is only the 3rd one of the year as well. There's still FUT Champions Cup 4, 5, and 6 to come, of course.
Alongside the playoffs.
Yes.
And
so much FIFA.
The grand finals.
So much FIFA to see. And it's crazy that we've only got 2 nations left. We've got the Germans, which, don't get me wrong, 16 players. I've talked about it again and again and again. Spencer said 25% made up the tournament. It's good to see 3 of them still in the competition. Only 1 Belgium. He came on his own, Stefano, and he's still fighting on his own. Will there be an equaliser here? Maybe this will be the chance. He's turned so well. Oh no, another day that it just kind of falls into the back of the net.
Yeah, you're talking about the nation. Stefano Pinna, he came, he saw. The question is, will he conquer another FUT Champions Cup? Will he conquer this PlayStation 4 side of things? With only 4 minutes left.
Well, last time he was in Bucharest for the LQE, he won the console final against Curtadalo, the Frenchman there. Oh, it did lose to the hands of F2 Tex, who's not obviously in the competition now. Got knocked out by Nicholas Rajek earlier today. Last attack of the game. If Hasoo can score this, he'll open up a bit of breathing space for himself into this second leg.
Free kick.
Going to get a free kick.
Other shot.
We never really see a direct shot, do we? And sometimes it's something that no one will expect.
Just going to keep the ball. Very, very intelligent play here from Hasoo. He's not afraid to play backwards if he needs to keep hold of this ball. And see a slight lead into the second leg.
Rather not concede, of course. That's the main talking point there, to give away possession to potentially go and concede. Added time at 2 minutes, Richard. We're into the last minute, few seconds, and what a half this has been, you could say, in the complexion of this two-legged game. The first half, the first leg. Hasoo, he's unbeaten for a reason. He leads 2-1 in this game.
Hold on, that's it.
Stefano, I thought, was actually going to have a chance right at the end there, Richard, but that is just joined, of course, in this PlayStation console final, which is everything to play for. So if you win this, 1,500 Global Series ranking points and $30,000, you are guaranteed, even if you lose the cross-console final. But more of the same. Completely right there, Richard. More of the same from Hasoo. Maybe score again, just to give yourself a bit more confidence, but it was a great first leg from him.
Looks like he's got maybe a third of the way closer to the monitor as well. You can see that he's...
They both have, haven't they?
Yeah, very, very intense right now. It's a game-changing 90 minutes of FIFA for Hasoo.
And here's Stefano Pinna kicking from left to right, who's just had that shot now with Neymar that's just over the top of David De Gea's goal. Then, of course, Hasoo in that red strip once again from right to left. Pretty simple. Whoever wins this will go through to that big cross-console final and wait for the other consoles winner to come on through after they'll play their console final. And it will be an interesting one for the neutral and hopefully a great display for competitive FIFA.
Will it be an all-German affair? Or will Stefano Pinna pull something out of the bag, pull a magic rabbit out of the hat, you've got to say, and pull this game right around?
And if he wins this game, Stefano Pinna will be top of that PlayStation Global Series ranking by about 35 points, maybe 25 after the guys obviously below him have played some weekend league. That's how big of a game this is. I'm sure Pinna's thinking in his mind, right, a few things. I win this game, I jump in good prize money. I'm the best player on PlayStation in this tournament, and I'm going top of the rankings. But I'm sure that, you know, his coach Romo Abdi would say, do not put that in your mind at all.
And just look at those rankings right now. If Hasoo wins this match, he'll overlap Stefano Pinna on the rankings right now. He'll be getting 1,500 Global Series ranking points, and he'll be moving up into 1,500 plus his 80 that he's got currently. He'll be into fourth.
Vieira. Back to Ronaldo. Neymar with the shot as well. In for a corner there, nearly, from Ronaldo. And still nothing scored between both of these at the moment. 2-1 the score. 15 minutes into this one, it was an early start from Hasoo in the last game. I'm sure Stefano would have had a small break there. Both players would have got a few words of wisdom on board from their coaches. Whoever is looking after them in this game. Kylian Mbappe now. Chance. Rebound. Stings the gloves of David De Gea. And he could not get up for the rebound. We're all square again.
Yeah, he's shot there with Kylian Mbappe. He's not timed it. He's not low driven it. I think he's shot for the rebound right there. Has Stefano Pinna. Ronaldo, how many times are we going to say it? In the right place at the right time to finish from close range. And we're back at a tied game. A little bit of Richard Buckley math as well on the rankings. Didn't comprehend that you get 850 if you do lose this game, guaranteed.
Oh, Hasoo. I'm sure, Richard, there's many people at home that are still trying to work out the rankings, just like us. You know, they're going to be continuously changing, Richard. That top 20 will be changing every single weekend when there's an event. But Stefano, you needed a goal to get yourself in it. Now we're at 2-2 once again. It's back to the drawing board for Hasoo. You can kind of see on your screen there, the right bottom corner of the face cams. You can't see it at home, but how close these players are to the monitors. Like, I'm surprised they can see the full screen, because some of these players get so close to the monitors So they can see every single small intricate detail that they do. Hasoo now, this is the chance for him. Oh, he's just scuffed it. I think he's in shock as well. That was a goal. That was a goal.
Yeah, all he has to do is just press R1, press circle, finesse that into the bottom left corner. The keeper moved all the way to the left-hand post.
If he goes to concedes now, he's going to be really feeling this. This is Stefano Pinna with R9 Ronaldo. Which way is he going to go? Oh, no, I thought he was going to try and finesse the keeper, but instead looked to try and take the keeper on, believe it or not.
I think he was just working to get into an opportunity to open up for the finesse, and De Gea did well to get off his line quite quick. Close down the angle and, in the end, just snuff out any danger. But when you miss a chance like that with Hasoo, you can't let it affect you. You can't think back to it. You've got to just keep on going forward, almost completely forget about it. Focus on the game at hand and not what has already gone.
This game really just poisoned into the perfect position. That 2-2 all apiece, and that chance there. The keeper moved and everything, Rich. It was a golden opportunity for Hasoo to go back in front, obviously drawing in the game now in the leg, but overall it'd be 3-2 up. You can see some facts from Stefano Pinna there, the live events he's played in this year. Global Series ranking points he's on as well. And into the book he will go. This is the second leg, remember, of this cross-console final. Hasoo still unbeaten across 8 games. Technically 16 legs of FIFA, then coming into this one. He wins this one, Richard, it'll be 9-0 technically.
Yeah, what a record it'll have been for the German.
And if anything, you look at the likes of Mike, you look at the likes of Hasoo, these are, and not even lost in the waves, these are German players that we aren't normally used to seeing at the latter stages in competitions. Maybe in the German championships, maybe in the Bundesliga in years that have already gone by, but in international global tournaments, this is something new for us. There's a finesse. It's met there by David De Gea.
You've seen the likes of the Stranger, Mo Alba, Megabit on that other side of the bracket.
They're the ones that normally get far. We're normally used to talking about them, but when you've got 16 players that arrive at a tournament, you're going to expect a change or two. Nicholas Rajek, used to seeing him go far. He's still in the competition. Mike, this fresh breath of kind of a new era coming through competitive FIFA. Only 16 as well. I'm sure you heard that one a few times throughout the stream today. To say this time last year it was what about DH Tex, who was only 16 years of age. Now it's Mike from SK Gaming.
Good tackle from Kante. The man just seems to be everywhere on the pitch. Closing down, scoring goals, intercepting.
Mbappe to Neymar with a shot. Oh, it just goes off the knees of David De Gea. Had too much power in it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you get in front of the ball as a goalkeeper. Just make sure you get something on it.
The last chance of the half will fall to Hasoo. We can get the ball forward, keep it in this final third. 2 or 3 fake shots it was. Kante to Messi. He tried to finesse. It looked too routine. Kind of what we used to see from the likes of Ajax Danny. That basic kind of finesse around that area that a number of other players do as well. And half-time between the two, Richard.
I'll be interested to see the stats. So, again, it's flipped again, because in this last leg, Hasoo dominating at half-time. I think he had 61% of the ball. Right now, Pinna getting a little bit more into his groove, you'd say.
You see Ramos at right back as well. He's been a strong choice for him. He's kept his place at right back. You know, you're looking over using the likes of Alala. You're looking over the looks of using, obviously, Kyle Walker in there.
Cancelo at right back, also a good shout. Flashback Dani Alves, somebody as well that we've seen a few pros use. The same substitutes as last leg, and I'm sure as he's done all tournament long. For Hasoo, Mbappe and Neymar on. Pele off. He's got all 4 Team of the Year attackers on the pitch at the same time as his front 4 players. It's a scary sight to come up against.
I just have a feeling this one's going to go all the way, Richard, maybe extra time. I know we're still a very, very long way from that, but I just have a slight feeling in my gut that this could go the full way. Of course, we did our predictions. You backed Hasoo, I backed Stefano Pinna, and both those predictions are still anyone's to win. Across it goes.
Oh,
I don't know who got something on that, but it really did change to the flight of the ball. I think it was actually Hasoo that got something on that. He might be in his Rio Ferdinand, in fact. Ball comes in. Ronaldo up against Ronaldo. Lucky enough, it's going to be Hasoo that wins that one. Now a chance to counter-attack. Lovely ball. This is going to be Kante. No, he can't get there. Vieira back in a defensive position there. That's what that CDM anchor can kind of do. To repeat again, if you have joined, this is the PlayStation console final. Let's find out who the best PlayStation player of the weekend has been here in Bucharest for the third FUT Champions Cup of the year. To jump up into that prize money, to jump up the rankings with 1,500 extra global series points. We didn't expect too many goals between these two. We both knew they were good defensive players, and it has lived up to that.
Foul from Neymar, from Stefano Pinna, and this game right now starting to get into that tense, sort of sweaty palm, latter stages of a knockout game. Huge implications on a mistake or on a little bit of magic from both of these players.
To be unpredictable. There's the little mistake you're talking about there. Lucky he picks up possession again, but so for FIFA fans and FIFA players all over the world, they'll understand the small change you can make. We see a change in a formation, we see a sub, those fresh legs come on that could go and win you a game. Everything really matters. Even losing possession on a throw-in. Just seen it there in front of you. Have to do your basics first, then move on forward from that. They would have done this time and time again, these pro players. This is Pinna now. This could be the first chance he's actually been in front of this tie.
Again, who is it though? Back there doing the defensive dirty work. And N'Golo Kante. The man is slowly starting to become a must in every single pro's team.
Just that glue that sticks it all together. Hasoo, what a chance outside the boot. It was a running battle between the two. It was a running race, I should say. The ball went through. Neymar outside the boot. And now he's just put himself in front again as the German in Hasoo.
There's only going to be one winner in a running race, and it's going to be Team of the Year Neymar. Eusebio coming on for Hasoo. Is he about to complete this Cinderella story?
He'll still be unbeaten if he does.
Grant himself 1,500 global series ranking points and $30,000 guaranteed in the bank. It's got your name on it.
You'll be the best player on PlayStation as well from this weekend. And doing that German scene so proud. Still need a goal though. Does Stefano Pinna to pull this back all square? As you said, a running race between the defender there and Neymar. Two subs as well. I think Mbappe's just been subbed on. Ronaldinho maybe the man to save the day for Stefano Pinna. Can it be done? We've seen it before. We've seen late comebacks in so many games, not just between these two players. The ups and downs of competitive FIFA. We've seen the drama, the passion. Can this console final deliver today as well? It's been so tight and contested throughout the two legs. Nearly into the last in-game 20 minutes now. This is where game management's key, and you can see that change from Hasoo now, how he's going to maybe look to keep possession in the right areas. He knows he's in front. There's no rush to go forward.
This is nice from Hasoo, just keeping hold of the ball. Recycling from left to right.
You can't imagine how Hasoo was feeling inside because he hasn't been in a position like this for a while. Stefano Pinna, you go back 2 months ago, he was in this position, but he was in a winning position against Curtidalo.
He's got a chance.
In the console final. This could be worse. This could be another goal. Back to goal. Neymar now.
Went for that near post and it's forced a pause from Stefano Pinna. We're going to see what formation he's switched to. He's switched into a 4-2-2 as the Belgian. Hasoo going to stick with that 4-2-3-1. It's quite a defensive formation with the two CDMs just sat in front, almost as the anchor points for that team.
Played short to Kante. Can he play it across as far as Ramos at the back?
Oh, that's a mistake. 2v2 at the back.
He needs to attack fast if he's going to, because numbers will drop back as soon as possible. You can just see the small delay there. Hullet was doing some extra running to just slow down the attack of Pinna, and now people are behind the ball.
He's back to route one.
And if anything, I think Hasoo's just going to try and manage this. We didn't think it was going to be won by much.
Yeah, we knew it could be a tight margin. Not a lot of room for error for either of these two players.
Pinna with a chance there. He's still in possession somehow. The player that just seemed to never be able to write off. And Stefano Pinna with the finesse into the hands of Daya.
He's maybe going to get 1 to 2 more chances is Stefano Pinna, because Hasoo's going to keep hold of this ball.
Paused it again.
For long, long periods of this game. Varane wins the header.
The players, you need to step up when you need them. Neymar, you simply cannot rush your chances, though. You said he'll get maybe 1 or 2 more, but these will be well-worked chances with 95, 97% chances of going in, and lose the possession there with Ronaldinho, the sub that you would have said the super sub, but maybe not that. Oh, there's a golden chance now. Ronaldo, play the one more. There's a 1-2, plays inside to Vieira. Overlap and run. This is Neymar now. Stefano Pinna on the attack. Lovely heel-to-heel ball inside. Oh, no.
De Gea doing fantastic work there in the goal. Reading the danger, stepping out, winning the ball back.
That was the chance.
Oh, he's giving it away
again. The mistakes we saw in FIFA 18 of throwing the ball out from the back. This is Messi. One man you don't give a big chance to in a big game. Neymar on the byline. Oh, no, that was the chance.
Ramos has done unbelievable right there. Not to give a penalty away, just to use his body, edge him off the ball. And then he's going in the perfect area for Hasoo, deep inside enemy territory.
Still waiting for that pause, though, with Stefano Pinna, Richard. He wants to go all out for this. He needs to attack. Game management is everything now from Hasoo. He's going to have the pressure from Vieira, who does win a free kick.
Yep.
And now he's got that pause. Throw everything at it and pray for the best.
I wouldn't be surprised to see 5 at the back from Hasoo for these last 3 minutes. Just soak up the pressure. Put Kante in at left centre-back, maybe.
Think of anything.
Sergio Ramos into centre-back and then Kante into right-back.
Yeah, I think of anything. We can't see the face cam now. He's probably just got his headset off and he's thinking to himself, this is my game to lose at the moment. This is my to throw away. I've got $30,000 waiting for me in about 30-second time.
You cannot think about that at all. If you're Hasoo, you've just got to see out this game. Then you can. That's often when you see the full-time whistle. Look at Ajax done yesterday when they beat Desari. Then you saw that outpour of emotion after the full-time whistle. When you know you've got the job done. It's like clocking off at work at 5 to 5. You've got an extra 5 minutes left. See the game out.
And of course, if that's worked, they're paying quite well because you're about to go through and they got $30,000 guaranteed and a huge jump up in those rankings. Hasoo, people have doubted him all weekend, said, is this a bit of luck? Is this a bit of fluke? 5-0 in Swiss-style format. Beat Diego Poxato in that round of 16. Beat FC Cincinnati's Fiddle. Or have I just cursed it there? Stefano Pinna with maybe one of the best endings to a game we've seen this weekend. Messi, oh no.
That was a chance.
That's it. That's game over. David De Gea, a fantastic save to win Hasoo the game. And he's made a bit of history for himself right now. He's shoved himself into the